Okay, so this one's going to be a more complex one that we're going to be doing now. So this is kind of like the stretch goal. First of all, we double click and make a new clip. What we also need to make sure of is that in the channel you have both the pitch plugin and you have a synth. Create 1/16th note within the clip and then duplicate it. Press play, this is what we hear. Just a row of 16th notes. What we're going to do is click inside the pitch control, go back here and then go into the envelope section. Just in case you haven't guessed what we're about to do, you press B to get the pen tool, and what I'd like you to do is essentially draw. And now what we can see at each point, you can see here this is a fifth, down here it's a -6. So let's say that here, so we're going to clean it up, that's a -3. Let's say that we make that one an octave. Let's say we make that one an octave. Let's say we make this one a 7. So you can see what's going on. That one's fine. That's a -7. That's a 0. Let's make that one a 5, because we haven't seen that one yet. Go back to 0 here. Here, let's go up to 7. Here, down to -5. Here, down to -7. I mean, these are only my suggestions, right? So now what we have here is just a part that essentially just uses roots, octaves in either direction, and fourths and fifths in either direction, either above or below the root. If we know some of the other intervals, we can actually get a bit, we can get a bit interesting. Let's say that we change any octave that's above the root note. Let's say this one. Let's make a rule. We make anything that is above the root, 12, we make it a 10. What this does is it makes it a flattened 7th, a -7th. Let's say that we find every 5 that is above the root, so that line, that 0 line, and we make it a major third. That means it should be the number 4. I'm going to get another one in. I'm going to break a rule. So the thing you can do now, because you know quite a lot now, you know about roots, you know about fourths and fifths, both above and below the root. You also know about a -7th, which is 10. And you also know about major thirds, which is 4. If you know about major thirds, so this is the last thing we'll do. If you know about major thirds, then you also know about minor thirds, because a minor third is 1 less than a major third, which means that instead of 4, you make it a 3, right? Let's change this. So that's an F sharp, so that's a flattened 5th. That's a 4th. These sorts of things are sometimes quite difficult to play, but they are easier. I'm not saying that they are any less difficult, but they are easier to kind of construct in this kind of pseudo kind of step writing sort of pattern. But think about it, we haven't done anything to the notes. So let's do the last thing. Let's duplicate this clip. Going into the notes, what we're going to do is we're going to make the notes 8th notes. So you stretch them out. And when we look at the pitch, the information is actually ignored. Any of the information that falls on the 16th notes in between the 8th note are ignored. Now what you can also do here, which is very interesting, is create some new rhythms, right? what we're doing is transforming this pitch pattern by applying a different rhythmic sequence in the notes. And in turn, what we get is a wholly new pattern. Let's compare it with the original. Swap it over. Remember, we haven't done anything to the step pattern that we've created here with the pitch plugin, but what we have done is to vary and change the rhythm of the MIDI events. What you can also do here, you can always try it, is reverse it. Turn it around again. Now it's completely changed, right? And then Command Z it. We're going to do more in the pitch plugin because, you know, there's a little bit more to cover, but we just won't cover that today. Okay, until next time, remember to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.